Thank you, Mr. President. 70 years ago, United Mineworkers President John L. Lewis, a lifelong Republican, sat down with the Democratic Secretary of the Interior, Julius Krug. They struck a deal to end a national strike. They promised health and pension benefits for miners in exchange for a lifetime of hard work. It's a promise the federal government has kept ever since. For 70 years, no matter the president, no matter the party in control of the Senate, we have kept that promise. That changed, unfortunately, in December. This body left for vacation. It left tens of thousands of mine workers to face an uncertain future, not knowing if the pensions and health care that they had earned for themselves and in many cases for their widows over a lifetime of hard work would be there for them in the future. This is shameful. Senator Portman, my colleague, Republican colleague from Ohio, and I, Senator Manchin and Senator Capito, a Democrat and Republican from West Virginia, Senator Casey, a number of us said we should not leave Washington to go home to our families until we took care of mine worker families. Congress has the power to stop these cuts and to live up to this pledge. We had a bipartisan solution that would have passed if it had been brought to the floor, but instead, Congress broke its promise to these miners and their families. Congress stole the health care they had earned by passing a continuing resolution that failed to address the pension problem and that stole the funds that were still left in their health care plan to pay for a 4-month fix. 4 months? 4 months. Who can make health care decisions when you don't know if you'll have health care coverage 4 months from now? These working people don't deserve to live with this kind of uncertainty. I've heard my colleagues, particularly on the Republican side of the aisle, always talk about predictability. Government should never inject more uncertainty into the lives of individuals, never should inject uncertainty into the lives of business people as they make investment decisions. But that's what we've done with these mine workers. We've made their lives less certain, less predictable, and their health care so unpredictable. This is the health care these workers fought for, the health care they sacrificed raises for. Keep in mind at the bargaining table, workers will be willing to accept less wages today in exchange for health care and pensions in the future. That's what collective bargaining is often about. That's what's so important. This is health care they sacrifice raises for. It was the health care we promised them. My colleagues know their stories of hard work and sacrifice. We know these stories because over the past year, these miners traveled here by the busload. They rode long distances. They gathered in the heat and the cold for hours outside this building to make their voices heard. They worked decades in the mine, hard, back-breaking work, but that work had dignity. Dangerous work where some of them were killed in the job, work where many of them developed health problems later. Many of them died younger than people that dress like we do and have jobs like this, and their widows have been denied these pensions and health care. They clocked in every day, these workers. They knew their conditions they faced. Many of them now suffer from black lung or other illnesses. They accepted a lifetime of hard labor because they valued their jobs, they valued their work, they believed that good-paying union jobs were their ticket to the middle class. These miners believed in the covenant we used to have in this country that promised if you work hard your whole life, if you put in the hours, if you save a little and do your part, you'll be able to help your children go to college. They believed that would give their kids a chance at a better life perhaps than they had. And they believed that if they upheld their end of the deal, if they put in the work to power our country, mining coal used for generation of electricity, their government do the same. In December, Congress told them they were wrong. I don't accept that. These workers sacrificed their lungs and their backs to keep our lights on. It's shameful that Congress has, by all intents and purposes, stolen what they've earned. These workers should have spent Christmas with their grandkids, not worried about whether they'll afford their medicine. We aren't giving up. We had a bipartisan solution in December. We'll keep fighting until the mine workers in Ohio and across this country have the full health care and retirement security that we promised them. They kept faith with us. They powered our country. It's our turn to keep faith with the workers in our industrial heartland and to right this wrong. Mr. President, I note the absence of a quorum.